There's been a tragedy in the news lately. Super, super sad story. Just now in Minneapolis, a shooter fired on praying students through the windows of a church, killing 2 children, 17 were wounded, and 1 remains in critical condition, bro.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota. Bro, first and foremost, brief pause for the victims of that shooting. May God have mercy on their families, on their souls. They're good, though.
Instant heaven. They're chilling.
They're instant heaven. Instant heaven. In the middle of praying, taken out. What's really crazy is that just like they formed task force to investigate Muslim Americans right after 9/11, I think it's about time they start monitoring the same way they wanted to put every Muslim under a microscope after 9/11. The last like 7 or 8 mass shootings of children have been from the trans community. I think it's time, just like you put every one of us under a microscope because you were scared we were going to be terrorists, I think it's time that the government creates a task force to monitor that community. Am I wrong? They did it to us?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
It's time that you guys create a task force. The same way you guys were worried about Muslims for 20 years and this and that. Bro, after so many times. Now, I've been screaming, Sonny. I've been screaming as loud as I can on my podcast, on X, everywhere for the last decade. My generation was the first ones to experience a mass shooting. I'm from the generation of Columbine. I was in high school when Columbine happened. I remember the first time we had to do a drill. It was always a fire drill. My generation was the first ones to start doing emergency drill if something happens because of a mass shooter. I want to say a couple things. Now, every time these events happen, right away you have left and right saying, let's grab the guns, let's take away Americans' Second Amendment to protect themselves and to prevent tyranny. And I am very pro Second Amendment. I am very pro every single human being having the right to defend their home, their family, and to prevent a tyrant from taking over the government. Period. And that's what the founding forefathers wanted. And they always try to claim it's the weapon's fault. It's the weapon's fault. Here's the first thing I want to say. I would highly recommend all of you clip what me and Sonny are about to do on this broadcast. This is very important. This is an SOS to the entire American population. What we will demand as Americans, yes, there needs to be safe gun ownership and all that stuff. Cool. You know and I know when you're a psycho, you'll figure another way to take out people, regardless. What needs to be demanded, Sonny, is that every single mass shooter must have a blood test, toxicology, whether this one took his own life, whether they take their own life or they survive. We, the American people, must demand a full blood test on every mass shooter, because I promise you, there's a common denominator. If I had to bet my life, there's some type of pharmaceutical drug that has such a serious consequence that when these people take it, it's creating and turning them into homicidal maniacs. You don't believe me? Pay attention to the ads. If you're taking such and such and experiencing suicidal thoughts, am I wrong?
It'll be like the happiest music in the world.
Am I wrong, though?
No, you're not wrong.
Clearly, these pharmaceutical drugs, especially psychotropic drugs, I truly believe 1 out of 5 Americans is on psychotropic drugs that is creating adverse mental effects that makes them into homicidal, suicidal maniacs. The American people must demand toxicology reports. This is a lot bigger than just guns. The country of Albania is fully armed. Kosovo, where my family comes from, is fully armed. And it's a people that has been under trauma because of war. Yet to this day, we've never had a single mass shooting. Do you know why? Because our population is not on pharmaceutical grade drugs. That's why. How come it's not happening in places like Albania? Everyone has a gun. It's never happened. It's never happened. So to blame guns, and let me just finish this point, because these are long drawn out thoughts that are very important. It's not just guns. The one guy, they drive their vans, their trucks into people. Okay, there's plenty of ways to create mass casualties without a weapon. What we have is a mentally disturbed, mentally ill, spiritually devoid population of people that have been set loose in our country that they can't even figure out their own gender. This person, from what I'm understanding, left a manifesto, which we're going to get into, and then I want to hear your thoughts on this, who was very upset about changing his or her sex. I don't even know what the fuck he was, okay? And the fact that we have to have a debate whether a man's a man and a woman's a woman based on genitalia, there's only 2 sexes, man, woman. These people are they have the highest rate of suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fact. So clearly there's something wrong with their community. And children are in danger because of them in many ways. And I don't think just because of mass shootings. They're in danger just in general from this community. And having them come and dance in front of schools like drag queens and all this other shit is where people are starting to draw the line. That community is going to face a serious backlash because of this one. I'm telling you right now, they already are.
Yeah, they're under fire right now.
They need to be monitored. We want to know what's in their blood. Toxicology report. I guarantee there's a common denominator. And then we'll start talking about responsible gun ownership. But what we will not allow to happen is our Second Amendment to be infringed upon and lose the right to defend our families, our property, and our country should a tyrant rise and challenge the Constitution of the United States of America. I rest my case. Unc is done for this moment. Like to hear your thoughts.
You know what I think is really funny is how in the matter of 24 hours of this shooting happening, we know more about this Goomba than we ever found out about this guy. To this day, we don't know anything about Thomas Matthew Crooks, the guy who shot at Donald Trump.
That's the guy. Yeah, you're right.
We know nothing about him. He didn't have any social media accounts. They were all wiped away. We don't know shit. Even just pulling up this video, I had to scroll for like an hour just to find all the stuff that's there. So
are you starting to think it was staged? I'm starting to think it was staged, bro.
We'll get into that. I mean, look, a lot of the times they do something like this, there's a motive at the end of it where they can push and gain a little bit more control over you. Or it's a false flag where they're trying to distract you from something. So the first thing I want to look at is the actual manifesto video that
has been suppressed.
Is being suppressed and this person made. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take this down. Like this person's clearly
just gone.
Yeah, he's just gone.
It sounds almost demonic.
Yo, what is he doing?
Just keep it. I want to hear this, dude.
Here's my note to my family and shit. Wow, some English writing. Wow. Hope you can read that.
Pause it. I love you all.
And truly appreciate the time I've spent with you. I have such an amazing family, and it hurts me to throw the wrench into the works of you great people. I feel hope when with you. I cherish our time together. I appreciate all you have taught me. And how do you even write this and then go on to do that?
It's sick. It's just, so you're going to rob other families from that same right. What did the kids do to him, bro?
Bro, this whole thing just doesn't make sense.
Just keep reading it, but this is crazy.
And to my friends, I trust you all to give your
memory of me
however you see fit. I'm sorry for they're not going to look at you highly, buddy.
Confusion and heartbreak this will bring. I truly appreciate all of you for showing me a good life and helping me through dark times. I have had so many good times that gave me hope. Unfortunately, this world has too much pain to deal out that I can't cover up with the good sides of life. I hope you all can move on and forget the pain I've caused. You're such a piece of fucking shit. You are such a piece of shit to even write a letter like this, knowing you're about to rob families of the same right and the memories that you cherish with your family. You piece of shit. You're burning in fucking hell, bro.
That's probably 20 families that are potentially destroyed, bro.
All those kids will never be normal after that. Seeing your classmate dead, bro, at that age, bro.
Bro, I can't even imagine.
Let me finish this shit, man.
I've wanted this for so long. I'm not well. I'm not right. I'm a sad person.
So ask for help, bro. Ask for help. If you can write that you're not well, you can go and ask for help. Say, I'm getting these thoughts. Something's wrong. I need help. You don't go and take innocent life, bro.
I know this is wrong, but I can't seem to stop myself. I'm severely depressed and have been suicidal for years. Only recently have I lost all hope and decided to perform my final action against this world.
Bro.
What does that even say? He writes like a 5-year-old.
Bro. It just, Sonny, honestly, man, it just makes me really angry. It makes me really emotional. You know, I'm just, man, it's just, come on, bro. Kids, bro. Kids. Babies, bro. I don't care what religion.
And then he dumps the bullets on it. Like, what?
I don't care what race. I don't care what nationality. You know, watching innocent kids suffer and lose their lives, whether it's in Minnesota, New York City, or Gaza, or Sudan, like, we can all do better, man. And we have a responsibility. And at this point, I would highly recommend that every public school allow armed guards or put in armed security, unfortunately, because I have children in this age range, and I can't picture getting a phone call and getting that type of news. I had a false alarm one time, okay, where there was a stranger on the playground, so they locked it down for security reasons. But the only notification we got is your school's locked down. And my heart sunk to my toes, because you don't know your kid's safe until you know if your kid is safe. And to know that these parents in Minneapolis and this place and that place got that phone call and found out, hey, you're never going to see your kid again in this life, it just makes me sick. And it's not just guns. I will never give up my fucking guns. Okay? On the other flip side, I want to explain to you. So imagine, I have the same concern every parent does in this country. But I also know what it's like when your government turns on you, take away your rights. My family was killed because they had nothing to defend themselves with. Their government at the time decided you were the enemy and wiped them out. So, and a lot more people die when that starts. Kids, women, children, you name it. So we can never surrender our right to protect ourselves and our families. It's a God-given right. It's an inalienable right. And it's a right guaranteed in the Constitution. And it's not just easy to get a gun. Okay?
Unless you're in like Florida.
I own firearms. I've gone through the process, Sonny. You have to have people ask you, so how he got the guns? Maybe black market, whatever it is. I don't know. This shit is just disturbing. You know, I think of Sandy Hook. I think of all these places, bro. When I found out about Sandy Hook, I almost threw up. I was at work that day. I remember.
That's not far. It's pretty close.
And I came down from work, Sonny, and I just, like, I was just so sick to my stomach. So, you know, I'm telling you, this is a spiritual war. A lot of this mental illness is not mental, in my opinion. These people are, how can you sit there and write what he wrote, Sonny? How can you sit there, I know this is wrong, and not ask for help, bro?
I don't know. Look at, he just like flips through the guns for the children. So he wrote a bunch of stuff on the guns.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump, something, rip tear, suck on this. Where is your God? It says down there.
Yo, you just found out where he is. I promise you.
He's like,
I bet you
right now. F everything that you stand for. And
that's crazy.
What?
He had a whole
and then he made a whole
planned it
drawing of the church, and then like was fake stabbing it.
I wonder if anybody could have seen it on time, man, because he had to post that before, or unless he scheduled it. He probably scheduled it.
One of the drawings from his diary has Robert Westman looking in his bathroom mirror, seeing himself as the devil. Bro, this...
Yo, telling you, bro, this is jinn inspired, bro.
100%. Okay, do you think he's like possessed by a jinn, or...
I think they haunt him. They know that he's gone.
And those drugs he's taking probably open up his spiritual shield to even more manipulation.
What do you think about the theory that psychotropic drugs is what's causing these maniacs?
Doesn't surprise me at all, bro. We're in a lot of the earliest shooters and stuff. They went through MK Ultra, where you know about that, right? Where they were given like psychedelics for months, and terrorized and like just crazy shit. They would have to watch like insane, creepy videos. That's what happened to what's his face? Who's the Unabomber?
I mean, what else you want to know? That's exactly what's going on. This picture says it all. As a Muslim, Christian, Jew, spiritual people, this picture says it all.
Bro, this is him before on the right here. I mean, he's always a bit dainty, but
he destroyed his entire family too, bro. They can never be normal after this, bro.
They look like normal people he's with too. If that's his family,
he's just sick, bro. Sick, spiritually sick.
All right, I want to show you this too. So the Minneapolis mayor, look what he said on the news right here. He's getting slammed for this on Twitter right now.
And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance.
I didn't really hear anything bad he said there. Am I missing something?
No.
Because the whole internet's bashing him saying it's like a Jewish guy that is slamming people who are praying for the victims. Like, I didn't hear that at all from that clip. Am I missing something?
Well, he says in the opening sentence, it's not about thoughts and prayers. These kids were already praying. I mean, he's got a point there. Thoughts and prayers. Well, the kids are praying and they got taken out, you know? As I think what he was trying to say.
But this is the real important thing that I wanted to show you. Look what this guy just came on the news said, bro. Look what he's trying to launch. Just listen to this. Just listen.
Correct. I am now about to launch Gideon, America's first ever AI threat detection platform built specifically for law enforcement. It scrapes the internet 24/7 using an Israeli grade ontology to pull specific threat language and then routes it to local law enforcement.
What good is that, though?
Bro.
How come that didn't work to stop what happened on October?
Well, obviously we know that they allowed that to happen, but how crazy is that, bro? That they're going to blast the news with this story. Of course, it's another trans person.
Reaction.
And then here it is. Now we get some, oh, thank God for the Israelis giving us their spy technology.
Yeah,
that's some bullshit.
It's a 24/7 detective. It never sleeps, and it's going to get us in front of these attacks.
Would it have picked up on this, do you think?
100%. I wish my program would already be up. We're not launched.
Right.
It took 6 hours to get helicopters there on October 7th.
It's a little sus, bro.
Super sus.
It's not just that, bro. You're going to be spying on every American, creating lists of anyone that's potential. You put this infrastructure in place, and then you just switch out the algorithm every time. Okay, we're going to use it for this, and then later on, we're going to change what it should be looking for.
Yeah, bro. I don't even trust my ChatGPT at all. It's an op. It's 100% an op.
Chat, all of them, bro. Why do you think it says, what do you think? They've been building profiles on all of us. All of you that think you're safe, all the thoughts you've shared, all the arguments you've had, whether it's on X, whether it's on Instagram, whatever platform, they have those profiles. Every text message you've ever sent can be subpoenaed and used against you. You, my friends, don't realize what's coming next. You better be vigilant, because they're building Skynet. They've already built it. Now they want to turn it on, is what they want to do.
Bro, I wonder how the Antichrist is going to use all this technology.
You're going to have to go off the grid. Why do you think the prophet said, go up to the mountains with a few sheep, peace be upon him? When the Antichrist comes, you have nowhere to escape except into the wilderness. You have to be off the grid completely.
Yo, we got to start getting good with wilderness stuff.
He's going to go into every town and city. He will be followed by thousands of people, women and music and Persian shawls, color of the sky. You know that when the Trump assassination attempt happened, you know that I was like one of the first people to break the timeline? Did you know that?
What do you mean?
Like, I had two people that were there on my show the same day, and they gave me a rough estimate of how long before the first shot was taken, and they took him out. 10 minutes, bro. And my show, and the official news the next day was like 11 point something minutes. Like, I was so accurate.
Wait, to take the guy out? To shoot?
Yeah.
It took 10 minutes?
Yeah, I had a whole podcast on this. You can see footage from their phones that was used all over the country from my pod, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know what else to say about this situation, though. I think we about covered it all.
It's not normal for people to disfigure themselves. It's been proven that the hormones they pump into these people does not make them happier. If it was working, they would not have the rate of wanting to take their own lives that they do. They have been the ones taking out a lot of children lately. There's clearly something wrong. I think what I said is the first step to transparency. We need toxicology reports of every mass shooter, what type of pharmaceutical grade drugs they might be on, and what could possibly be fueling this besides the fact that they're broken because they have gone against the creator. You cannot turn yourself into a woman or a man just because you think you can and chopping off a few body parts and pumping yourself full of drugs and hormones. I'm sorry, you will malfunction. That's like if I'm a Ferrari, it says to use unleaded gas, super gas, and I put diesel in. Ferrari's done. Finished.
Cooked.
Done!
These people need some grass-fed halal steak and
don't even flash that.
Raw milk.
Guess who got arrested?
Ain't no way she got arrested.
No
she didn't
way.
get arrested with shit, bro. Whatever. All right.
Click that, bro. Maybe because that's what she did is considered a hate crime. I would like to know. We should react to this later, but let me see. Well, you should be arrested for stealing my heart. What a
shut the
loser.
So gay, dude.
You're such a
this
loser.
Guy's a
JC,
bum.
You're a fucking loser, dude.
You're such a bum, bro.
You're such a bum, dude. Yo, to the people of Minnesota, to every family out there that's been through this type of heartache, there are no words. I pray that you stay close to the Creator, you stay close to God, because when trauma hits, it's like, bro, if it gives you any peace at all, just know that your child will not even stand judgment on the day of judgment. Your child will enter the gardens of paradise. You know, hopefully they can bring you in. And our faith says if you lose your child before the age of reason, right? I think it's 3 children, whatever it is. All I know is that I hope you find peace, and I hope that you know that without God, you're not going to get through this tragedy. It makes me think of the verse that got me through many dark times in my life. You know, when it says, verily we will test you with the loss of life, loss of wealth, and loss of health. But give glad tidings to those who exercise patience. To those, when disaster strikes, they say, from God we come, and to him is our return. For they are the truly guided. In these moments of darkness, when your heart aches and everything around you has fallen apart, there's only one place to go. You got to go to God. Otherwise, you will not make it through this.
Yeah, I don't know how these people get through this stuff without the understanding that this life is temporary. It's a test.
When I lost my uncle and my brother, I didn't turn to the bottle. I didn't turn to drugs. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk to a shrink, but I knew there was only one place to go. And I started praying like I never prayed before in my life. I would not have made it through that tragedy if I didn't believe in God. I would not be here today. I probably would be dead. I'm telling you right now, I would be dead. If I would have said, let me just drink it. And it's not like the demons didn't come. You're heartbroken. They whisper. That's what they do. You're heartbroken. It's okay. Have one. Don't worry about it. Numb the pain.
Everyone else is. Everyone else is.
Yeah, everyone. And there was a lot of people trying to numb themselves with alcohol.
You're probably like the only one not drinking.
I started praying immediately. Immediately. I knew I was done. I knew I couldn't make it without God. That's how I got through it. So, Alhamdulillahi Rabb al-Alamin. It's your boy Beck.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the smash button.
Smash the smash button.
Subscribe.
Unc.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.